The vast emptiness of deep space stretched before the reconnaissance vessel horizon, its sleek titanium hull gleaming under the distant starlight. Commander Dante Rodriguez sat in the central command chair, his dark eyes scanning the holographic displays that mapped the intricate web of star systems surrounding their current position. "Anything unusual on long-range scans?" he asked, his voice calm but carrying an underlying current of anticipation. Lieutenant Kira Nomura, the ship's chief communications and xenolinguistic specialist, continued to monitor the various frequency bands, her fingers dancing across the advanced quantum interface. "Negative, Commander," she responded, her Japanese-Brazilian heritage reflected in her precise yet melodic accent. "Standard background radiation, no anomalous signals." Suddenly, a faint tremor swept across the communication arrays. A signal, weak but distinctly non-random, flickered into existence. Kira's eyes widened. "Commander, we got something. It's not like anything I've ever seen before." Dante leaned forward, his muscular frame tensing with professional curiosity. The Horizon was part of Earth's Interstellar Exploration and Response Division, IERD, a specialized unit tasked with investigating potential extraterrestrial communications and monitoring distant star systems for signs of intelligent life. "Patch it through," he commanded. The signal resolved into a complex pattern of electromagnetic waves, carrying what seemed to be a desperate cry for help. Though fragmented and distorted, the message's intent was clear. A civilization under imminent threat, facing total annihilation. Kira's fingers flew across the quantum decryption matrix. "It appears to be from a species calling themselves the Voraxians. They're located in the Carina Nebula, approximately 7,200 light-years from our current position." Dr. Elena Rosenberg, the mission's lead xenobiologist, joined them on the bridge. Her intelligent eyes scanned the incoming data. "The signal suggests they're facing a systematic extermination by a technologically superior aggressor. Their entire civilization might be on the brink of collapse." Dante's mind raced through potential scenarios. Interstellar intervention was complex, fraught with diplomatic and ethical challenges. Earth's policy had always been one of careful observation, non-interference unless direct threats to human interests emerge. But something about this signal felt different. The raw desperation, the mathematical precision of its transmission. It demanded a response. "Can we authenticate the source?" Dante asked. Kira nodded. "Running quantum verification now. The signal's entropy patterns are consistent with genuine biological transmission. This isn't a trap or random background noise." The ship's artificial intelligence, NOVA, spoke in its neutrally gendered voice. "Probability of signal authenticity, 94.7%. Recommended course of action, requires immediate strategic assessment." Dante understood the stakes. A potential genocide was unfolding light-years away, and they were the only ones who could potentially intervene. The decision would not just impact the Voraxians, but could fundamentally alter humanity's approach to first contact and interstellar relations. "Prepare a preliminary response," he instructed, "and alert IERD headquarters. We might be looking at humanity's first large-scale extraterrestrial rescue mission." Little did they know, this moment would mark the beginning of a transformation that would ripple across the galaxy, challenging every existing paradigm of interstellar diplomacy and conflict resolution. The Horizon's engines hummed with potential energy, ready to bridge the impossible distances between hope and salvation. The quantum communication channels between the Horizon and Earth's Interstellar Exploration and Response Division headquarters buzzed with unprecedented activity. Holographic projections filled the briefing room, displaying complex star charts, signal analyses, and potential intervention scenarios. Admiral Victoria Hardcastle, a veteran of numerous space diplomacy missions, studied the Voraxian distress signal with a critical eye. Her weathered hands traced the projected invasion routes of the unknown aggressors targeting the Voraxian civilization. "This isn't a simple rescue mission," she muttered to her chief strategic advisor, Dr. Marcus Okoro. "We're looking at a potential paradigm shift in our galactic engagement protocols." Dr. Okoro, a tall Nigerian astrophysicist with decades of xenopolitical experience, nodded grimly. "The Voraxians are technologically primitive compared to their attackers. Their entire civilization could be wiped out in a matter of weeks if no intervention occurs." Meanwhile, aboard the Horizon, Commander Dante Rodriguez and his crew prepared for what could be humanity's most significant first contact scenario. The ship's advanced quantum drive hummed with potential energy, capable of traversing vast astronomical distances in compressed timeframes. Lieutenant Kira Nomura worked tirelessly on decoding more of the Varaxian communication. Their language is fascinating, she explained to Dr. Elena Rosenberg. It's a complex quantum-based communication system that relies on molecular vibration patterns rather than traditional sound or electromagnetic waves. The bridge was a symphony of technological precision. Holographic displays showed multiple scenarios, each calculated with millisecond accuracy. No VA, the ship's AI, continuously ran probability models of potential intervention outcomes. Intervention risk assessment. Nevo VA announced, potential positive outcome, 62.3%. Potential negative outcome, 37.7%. Primary variables include technological disparity and potential unforeseen diplomatic complications. Dante understood the weight of their potential decision. This wasn't just about saving an alien civilization. It was about establishing humanity's first major interstellar rescue mission. The political and strategic implications would reverberate across human leadership and potentially reshape their approach to extraterrestrial encounters. Back on Earth, the United Global Council convened an emergency session. Representatives from various nations watched the developing scenario with a mixture of excitement and trepidation. We cannot risk exposing our full technological capabilities, argued the Chinese representative. An open intervention could destabilize our current interstellar strategic balance. The Brazilian representative countered, and letting an entire civilization be systematically destroyed goes against every humanitarian principle we've established. Admiral Hardcastle's voice cut through the diplomatic posturing. We have a moral and strategic opportunity here. By intervening, we demonstrate humanity's commitment to protecting sentient life. The potential diplomatic gains far outweigh the risks. Dr. Okoro presented a comprehensive analysis of the potential attackers, a species known as the Krell, a technologically advanced civilization known for systematic territorial expansion and resource harvesting. The Krell operate on a pure resource acquisition model, he explained. They view other civilizations as potential resource pools. The Varaxians are simply in their path of expansion. Aboard the Horizon, the crew prepared for their potential intervention. Advanced weapons systems were calibrated, diplomatic communication protocols were refined, and every possible scenario was meticulously planned. Dante Rodriguez stood at the bridge's central command, his hand resting on the quantum navigation interface. We're about to write a new chapter in human interstellar history, he said quietly, more to himself than to his crew. As the Horizon prepared to breach the vast distances between known space and the Varaxian territory, a sense of anticipation filled the ship. They were no longer just observers. They were about to become active participants in a galactic drama that would challenge everything known about interspecies interactions. The stars outside seemed to pause, as if holding their breath in anticipation of humanity's next move. The Horizon emerged from quantum transit like a phantom of technological marvel, cutting through the star-studded darkness of the Carina Nebula. The first visual of the Varaxian home system sent a collective shiver through the crew, a planet under siege, its orbital defenses crumbling beneath the massive assault of the Krell invasion fleet. Tactical assessment. Commander Dante Rodriguez commanded, his voice steady despite the critical situation unfolding before them. Lieutenant Kira Nomura's fingers danced across the quantum interface, translating the chaotic battlefield into comprehensible data. The Krell have deployed a multi-vector assault strategy. They're systematically destroying planetary defense systems, communication networks, and critical infrastructure. Dr. Elena Rosenberg studied the biosignature readings. The Varaxian population is experiencing massive casualties. Their biological response suggests they're a peaceful civilization with minimal combat capabilities. No VA, the ship's AI, calculated potential intervention strategies with lightning speed. Recommended approach: asymmetric tactical intervention. Utilize technological superiority to disrupt Krell attack vectors while minimizing direct confrontational escalation. Dante understood the complexity of their mission. This wasn't just about firepower. It was about strategic precision that would demonstrate humanity's unique approach to conflict resolution. Prepare quantum disruptors, he ordered. Target their primary command ships' navigation and communication systems. The Horizon's weapon systems were unlike anything in known galactic warfare, quantum disruptors that could manipulate probability fields, creating localized reality distortions that would render sophisticated Krell technology temporarily inoperable. The first strike was surgical. Quantum pulses rippled through the Krell fleet, causing their most advanced ships to experience simultaneous system failures. Navigation became impossible, weapon systems went dark, and their perfect formation dissolved into chaos. "Direct hit," Kira announced, her voice a mixture of professional calm and barely contained excitement. Their primary command structures are completely compromised. The Krell, used to overwhelming their targets through technological superiority, found themselves suddenly vulnerable. Their ships, massive constructs of metallic complexity, began to drift aimlessly, their once precise attack formations now nothing more than scattered debris. Dr. Rosenberg analyzed the Krell's response. "Fascinating. Their entire military strategy relies on overwhelming technological dominance. They have no contingency for an opponent that can neutralize their technological advantage so quickly." Dant watched the tactical display, understanding the deeper implications of their intervention. This wasn't just a battle, it was a demonstration of humanity's unique problem-solving approach. Where other civilizations might respond with pure destructive force, humans found innovative solutions that challenged existing paradigms. Secondary objective, he communicated to the crew. Establish communication with Voraxian survivors. Prepare emergency evacuation and preservation protocols. The Horizon's quantum communication systems began broadcasting on multiple frequencies, using advanced translation algorithms developed by Kira. The message was simple yet profound. You are not alone. Help has arrived. On the Voraxian planet's surface, scattered survivors watched in disbelief as the mysterious human ship systematically dismantled the Krell invasion without resorting to total destruction. It was a form of warfare they had never witnessed, precise, calculated, and surprisingly restrained. NeoVA continued to analyze the battle dynamics. Intervention efficiency, 94.2%. Krell fleet combat effectiveness reduced by 87.3%. Voraxian planetary survival probability increased to 76.5%. As the last of the Krell ships were neutralized, a tense silence fell over the horizon. They had just changed the course of an entire civilization's history, all without firing a single traditionally destructive weapon. Dante Rodriguez looked out at the now quiet battlefield, knowing that this moment would be remembered as a turning point, not just in the Voraxians' history, but in humanity's understanding of its role in the broader galactic community. "Prepare for Phase 2, he said quietly. "Our real work is just beginning." The quantum communication channels hummed with unprecedented activity in the days following the Horizon's intervention. Diplomatic transmissions between Earth's Interstellar Exploration and Response Division, IERD, and the surviving Voraxian leadership created a complex web of negotiations, revelations, and carefully managed first contact protocols. Ambassador Elena Reyes, a seasoned diplomat specially selected for this historic mission, stood aboard the Horizon, preparing to initiate the first official diplomatic dialogue with the Voraxian survivors. Her team of xenolinguists and cultural experts had spent countless hours preparing for this moment. "The way we handle these initial conversations will shape humanity's reputation in this sector of the galaxy," she explained to Commander Dante Rodriguez. "We're not just rescuers, we're potential long-term allies." The Voraxian leadership, a collective of surviving government and scientific representatives, appeared in the holographic communication chamber. Their appearance was startling. Crystalline beings with intricate bioluminescent patterns that shifted with their emotional states. Where once they had been on the brink of extinction, now they radiated a complex mix of gratitude, curiosity, and underlying tension. Zaravin, the primary Voraxian spokesperson, spoke first. Their communication was a mesmerizing blend of quantum-encoded language and subtle light patterns. "You have changed everything," the translation matrix interpreted. "We existed under the assumption that the universe was a place of inevitable destruction. You have challenged that fundamental belief." Dr. Marcus Okoro, who had joined the mission as a senior xenopolitical advisor, leaned forward with intense interest. "Our intervention was not about conquest," he explained carefully. "It was about preserving sentient life and demonstrating an alternative approach to conflict resolution." The political ramifications were immediate and far-reaching. Other galactic civilizations began to take notice of humanity's unprecedented intervention. The Krell, typically known for their ruthless expansion, found themselves in an entirely new strategic landscape. Nova, the ship's AI, began processing the broader geopolitical implications. Probability models suggest our intervention will create a significant deterrence effect. Other potential aggressors will need to recalculate their expansion strategies. Aboard Earth's diplomatic stations, heated debates erupted. Some argued that humanity had exposed too much of its technological capabilities, while others saw it as a necessary demonstration of ethical intervention. Admiral Victoria Hardcastle presented a comprehensive report to the United Global Council. "We've done more than save the Voraxians," she argued. "We've established a new paradigm of interstellar engagement. Our approach demonstrates that technological superiority can be used for preservation rather than destruction." The Voraxians began sharing critical information about the Krell, their expansion patterns, technological weaknesses, and historical aggression. It was a treasure trove of intelligence that would reshape humanity's understanding of galactic dynamics. Lieutenant Kira Nomura worked tirelessly, analyzing the quantum communication patterns. "Their language is extraordinary," she told Dr. Elena Rosenberg. "It's not just a method of communication. It's a living, breathing system of knowledge transfer." Commander Dante Rodriguez understood the deeper significance of their mission. This was about more than a single rescue. It was about establishing humanity's role in a complex, interconnected galactic community. "We're writing a new chapter of interstellar relations," he reflected during a private moment with Ambassador Reyes. "Not as conquerors, not as passive observers, but as active participants committed to preservation and understanding." The Horizon remained in the Voraxian system, a symbol of humanity's commitment to their newfound allies. Repair and reconstruction efforts began, with human technological expertise supporting the Voraxian recovery. As star systems watched and waited, one thing became clear: humanity had introduced a radical new approach to galactic interactions, one based on innovation, ethical intervention, and a profound respect for sentient life. 3 solar cycles after the Horizon's intervention, the ripple effects of humanity's actions had transformed the galactic political landscape. The quantum communication networks buzzed with discussions, analyses, and increasingly complex diplomatic negotiations. Commander Dante Rodriguez stood on the observation deck of the newly constructed diplomatic station orbiting the Voraxian homeworld. The station, a collaborative project between humans and Voraxians, represented more than just a physical structure. It was a symbol of a new approach to interstellar cooperation. "We've fundamentally altered the galactic paradigm," Dr. Marcus Okoro remarked, joining Dante. The holographic displays around them showed intricate networks of diplomatic connections, trade routes, and cultural exchange programs that hadn't existed mere months ago. Lieutenant Kira Nomura approached with a comprehensive report. "Multiple civilizations are requesting diplomatic engagement," she explained. "The Krell's traditional expansion model has been completely destabilized. We're seeing the cascade effect of diplomatic realignments." The station itself was a marvel of cooperative engineering. Voraxian crystal-based communication technologies merged seamlessly with human quantum computing systems. Sections of the station shifted and adapted, reflecting the living, breathing nature of their new alliance. Zaravin, the Voraxian leader who had survived the initial invasion, now served as a primary diplomatic bridge between their civilization and humanity. Their quantum-encoded communications have become a new standard of interstellar dialogue. "We were moments from extinction," Zaravin communicated through the advanced translation matrix. "Now we stand as architects of a new galactic understanding." Nova, the AI that had been crucial to their initial intervention, continued to process and analyze the expanding network of relationships. Diplomatic Stability Index has increased by 67.3%, the AI reported. Potential conflict zones have decreased by 42.9%. Ambassador Elena Reyes understood the deeper significance of their achievement. This wasn't just about preventing a single conflict, it was about demonstrating an entirely new model of interstellar interaction. "We've shown that technological superiority doesn't require destruction," she explained during a multi-species diplomatic summit. "Our intervention with the Voraxians demonstrated that protection, understanding, and collaborative problem-solving are more powerful than aggressive expansion." The Horizon, now a legendary vessel, had become more than just a ship. It was a symbol of humanity's potential, a beacon of hope that challenged existing galactic assumptions about conflict and survival. Aboard the diplomatic station, scientists from multiple civilizations worked together on previously unimaginable collaborative projects. Varaxian quantum communication experts worked alongside human technological innovators. The crystal-based communication systems of the Varaxians merged with human quantum computing, creating technologies that neither civilization could have developed alone. Dr. Elena Rosenberg led a groundbreaking xenobiological research team. "We're not just sharing technology," she explained. "We're sharing perspectives, understanding, entire ways of perceiving existence." Commander Dante Rodriguez reflected on their journey. What had begun as a rescue mission had transformed into something much larger, a fundamental reimagining of interstellar relations. "We didn't just save a civilization," he told his crew during a commemorative gathering. "We demonstrated a new possibility for galactic coexistence." As star systems watched and waited, humanity had introduced a radical new approach to interstellar interactions, one based on innovation, ethical intervention, and a profound respect for sentient life. The galaxy would never be the same again.